like we were saying, so now we're done with al-ma'ani. The other one that I would recommend you use is reverso. The good thing about reverso is that it provides you with context, and context is very important if you're going to uh, choose the suitable word that suits your context. Because sometimes if you look a word up in the dictionary, it might have so many meanings that you wouldn't know which to use. For example, if I search, if I look up the word يبحث in the dictionary, I'll find look for, I'll find search, I'll find what else? Look up, but each one is used in its own context. So if I'm going to, like, how am I going to decide which word is the word that I need to use? I'm going to have to go through the contexts in which these words are used. And then based on the contexts, I decide which context is similar to the context I have or the text I have. And then based on that, I make the decision, or I choose which word to, to use in the translation. Another one is glows. Personally, I use glows more. Usually I find my answers here, and it's very easy to use, but you need to make sure if you look at your left, you're going to find Arabi الإنجليزي, إنجليزي العربي. If you write a word in English and the page is from Arabic into English, it's going to find, like you're not going to find any results. You'll find zero results. So make sure that you're writing the word using the right page, English to Arabic into Arabic and Arabic into English. Okay, makes sense? هما أنا ممكن أبعت لكم الروابط تبعت هذه القواميس فحتلاقيهم بسهولة. تمام. Then we have prose. Prose is also one of my favorites in legal translation. Just give me a second. Okay, so what is prose? Prose is like a forum. It's a place where legal translators add their translations or ask for translations. So you can ask a question here, or you can look for an answer, but how can I, like, how do I find the word? I'm going to show you. For example, I'm looking for نفقة زوجية. You go to Google. Hold on a second. You go to Google. Can you see my page? Can you see the screen? So you go to Google and then you write, for example, نفقة زوجية, and then you write prose, and then you write English. So you'll find it very easily. Okay. So you write the term you're looking for, then you add the word prose in English, and then you add the language you want it to be translated into. Okay. Makes sense? Again, let's say I want to look for طلاق بائن بينونة صغرى. Prose, English, and very easily found. You click, you find the answer. Sometimes you might find more than one answer, but they all vote on the C. So you have here the votes, the number of votes. So they're like, most of them agree on irrevocably divorced with minor separation, and so on. Okay. Now let's go back to what we were explaining. This isn't a dictionary. It's not a dictionary. It's more like, I don't know what they call it, but it's used for collocations. Sometimes you want to know which adjective comes with that particular noun, or you want a verb that comes with a noun, or you want to know the prepositions that come with a verb or a noun. So this website, this Oxford Collocation Dictionary, helps you decide on the correct preposition to use. Now I'll give you an example. For example, I want to look for the meaning of الحرب الشعواء, تمام? And I don't know like which word comes with war or which adjective comes with war. So I use this dictionary, I write the word war, and I look at the adjectives that come with it. I find, for example, short, long, bloody, and so on. Bloody works, guerrilla works, and so on. But the others don't fit the context of shawa, for example. Is this one clear too? Is this one
Yes.
clear? Okay.
Yes.
And I always say, never trust your intuition when it comes to prepositions. Always look for the prepositions that come with the word, sorry, prepositions that come with the verb or the noun. Don't trust your instincts. Sometimes you think that a particular preposition comes with that word, but then you realize that it actually has a different meaning if it's used with it. And I'll give you an example. There's a difference between saying knowledge of and knowledge about. Do you know the difference between knowledge of language and knowledge about language? Can anyone guess the meaning, the difference? So as you can see, the only difference is like the preposition we use. So is there a difference between knowledge of and knowledge about? Yes? Can anyone guess the difference between these two expressions?
Can I see?
Yes?
I think that's knowledge of language. It's in particular that's I know every branch of language, like for example, linguistics. I know every things in linguistics, and I understand all things about linguistics and etc. Like vocabulary and speaking and so on. But knowledge about language in general,
Mhm.
yeah, that's knowledge, but not in specifics. In specific.
Well, you're very close. The main difference is that knowledge of language is that you're capable of using the language. You're capable of speaking, you're capable of writing, you're capable of communicating using the language. But knowledge about is that you have information about the language. For example, I know that Arabic is used in Arab countries. So this is a piece of information about the language. I know that it is the language of the Quran. I know that Arabic has depends on, let's say, okay, it has different rules related to so and so. So these are pieces of information about the language. But knowledge of the language, it means I'm capable of using the language, or I'm capable of communicating using the language. So I gave you this example to show you that the preposition that we use affects the meaning. So we have to be very careful when it comes to choosing the correct preposition. To do so, I recommend that you actually use this website or other similar websites. Okay? Okay, so can we end now today's session? There are like 15 minutes left, but I really can't concentrate at the moment. I'm really sorry. So we're going to continue, inshallah, on Thursday. And I'm going to send you a short text, like a couple of lines for you to start practicing so that we can go through them together, inshallah, during our next session. Do you have any questions?
Thank you.
Do you